I'm going to be talking about intuition and sensing energy, because that's one form of intuition, is learning how to sense the energy field inside of yourself for your own health and wellness, as well as sensing the energy of people around you so that you can make good choices in your relationships and have energetically compatible people around you instead of energy vampires. All right, that's the bottom line. And intuition allows you to sense the energy that people give off. That's why the discussion on charisma was so interesting to me, because that's a function of energy. It's how we carry our energy is way, way out here. So it affects, it's not just looks, it's how we carry our energy. And there's certain energy that's very attractive, there's certain energy that's warm and you feel like being around, and there's other energy that can suck you dry. Yes. That's all important to know. And when people are just developing intuition, I always say the first thing to do is just ask yourself, what is your energy telling you when you're around people? Are you tired and exhausted around them? Or does your energy go up around them? Very important. If you don't pay attention to that, you may be exhausted all the time. All right, the woman with the blonde hair there. Very important to sense, and really just ask yourself, not in a judgmental way, I'm not saying to judge people, I'm just saying to assess energetically what feels good for you and what doesn't, and that will allow you to have more bliss in your life, because you want to have bliss. Part of developing energy and developing intuition is to deal with the difficult points, but as you begin to open up, you get a sense of bliss, and you get a sense of joy, and you get a sense of pleasure and connection. You see, that's the goal, and a lot of people just cannot let that much pleasure in. You get a little bit of it and it's like, stay away. I'd much rather go to my problems instead of feel this pleasure. You see, but I encourage you that part of developing intuition and an awareness of energy is also sensing the inherent ecstasy that is everywhere. It's in the little flowers, it's in the wind, it's in the sky, it's in the forces of nature. There's an ecstasy all around that most people miss because they're just up here and they don't know about it. They just don't know about it. And so part of opening to energy, it's getting beyond your head, opening to a larger universe, including nature, so you can feel this. You want to feel some bliss here while you're alive. You want to allow that in. You deserve it. You know, the pleasurable aspects of energy, it can be quite ecstatic when you begin to move with the energies of the heart. The energy of the heart, when you develop it, it's called the little sun in Taoism. This heart chakra here, the little sun. And as you get more deeply in touch with it, it feels ecstatic. And I'm not overstating it. Have any of you had that experience? No. You have. You had half of the experience. Have you been able to hold it for any length of time? Is there a statement being made on this side? All right, a few more. I was a bit surprised that none of you had. That's because you couldn't hear me. Thank you for speaking up. Okay, well that's a little bit different. It's about a quarter of the room that has felt that. I'd like you to feel it on an ongoing basis. And that's part of opening up to energy. I'd like that to be part of your agenda for life, to open up more and more and surrender more and more to the bliss that's around. And I'll tell you a little story. I was once doing a workshop in Kauai, and we were about to go into it was a spiritual workshop, and it was all women. We were about to go into a period of silence and fasting. I went onto the beach. And this was just, the sun was setting and we were just going into the period of silence and fasting. And I was looking at the sunset, which was quite beautiful. And I put my hand on the tree there. And I was standing on the tree and I started noticing I had ecstatic waves of energy coming from the tree into my body. And it kept growing and growing and growing. And luckily, I thought, in my mind, don't think about this. Just don't. Stay away. Just allow yourself to feel this. So I didn't want it to stop. And the energy got so intense it felt like a total body orgasm of ecstasy from nature. All right, some of you might be saying, oh, that's not possible. But I'm telling you, it is possible. When you can, yeah, it's possible, but it can happen much more frequently than you think. That this shouldn't be the kind of experience that people hear and think, wow, is that possible? I want you to put your hand on that tree and just begin to feel what's around you. Explore playfully. As you can see from my style, I'm very playful. And that opens up intuition. When I'm playful, if I was very serious up here, oh no, I don't want to do that. But if I was, it wouldn't work. For me, just being playful and being open like children. You can have discerning minds, but also please be open as you're sensing intuition, as you're beginning to open up your bodies. Notice what's out there. There are a lot of pleasant surprises when you can open up to it, but have the mindset that it's there. I want you to know it's there. Maybe you don't know what I'm talking about, but you can play with it. Put your hands on the little flowers. See what you feel. Experiment. That's what energy is. You begin sensing with your energy, not just your mind. I was going through a period of a bit of writer's block for a number of reasons, and my spiritual teacher said to me, look to the sun for inspiration and look to the moon for feeling. Because I'm very connected to nature and to the planets. And I said to him, I do that all the time. I look at them all the time. And he says, you look, but you're not absorbing it. And that's different. I realized I was looking and saying, oh, that's so beautiful, but I wasn't taking it into my own body for inspiration. And so it was a wonderful exercise for me to be more mindful of looking and absorbing, bless you, and taking it in. Taking that energy in the body. We keep so much bliss at a distance because we don't think about things in terms of energy and in terms of being absorbent. Our bodies are absorbent. The problem is there's positive energy and there's negative. So you want to learn how to set clear boundaries and not absorb all the suffering in the world. At the same time, take in all the beauty and the pleasure and the passion. And see, that's the art of learning how to intuitively work with energy.